Good morning, everyone. First, I'm Leandre from PropCon. I hope you are all ready to make things happen today. I am so excited to share more about this incredible software with you. I've got some slides that is going to keep me nicely on track. So I'm just going to start with them. So today's agenda is going to start with the introduction and some basics of what PropCon helps you with. Then we are going to talk about PropCon Partnerships. There's a lot of agents here today wondering about partnerships. And even if you're not in a partnership, it is really handy to know how that works, because perhaps you've got a team member that you can partner up with, or you can see that it might work in your office. We are going to hop over to some live demonstrations of the things that you want to see. And then that will conclude our live Q&A. The introduction and basics, how PropCon was started. I think I wanted to start here because it's important to know why it was developed and how it was put together the way it was, for you to understand that this is not just another piece of software that you have to learn and hoping it's going to fix some problems, and then it ends up not doing that at all. So I'm going to start with a few questions. If you can relate, please type yes in the chat roll if you are watching this live, or if you're watching the recording, just note yourself if you can relate, if you've experienced any of these in your real estate career. Have you ever worried, really feel that gut-wrenching, panicky feeling about where your next sale is going to come from? You know that this is a long game. It's not an instant gratification. It takes at least 90 days for you to see the income of the sales that you make today. So if you experience that level of panic of wondering where the next sale is going to come from, then say yes. Have you ever experienced really good months where you have 3, 4, 5, even 10 sales, and then it plummets where you end up not having any stock, having to canvas again, and then having these dry months just to have some good months again, and then it tapers down? Have you been on that roller coaster? Have you worked with a buyer that took a lot of your time and energy, somebody that you showed everything on your books, someone that you lost track of, and then maybe a few weeks or a few days went by, you phone them about a listing, and they say, no, I already bought somewhere, and you ask them just out of interest, where did you buy? And they mention the address of a house that you have on your books. You just didn't make the match when you listed that property. That's a hard one, that one. Have you also listed a new house and you know you've got buyers? For the life of you, you know you've got someone, but they are saved as a random name with maybe a price or an address on your phone, and you just can't think who they are. Or perhaps they are written on a small piece of paper that got lost, or they're in your diary and you can't find it. Anything like that happened to you before? Then with sellers, have you put a lot of time and effort into evaluation? You've done your presentation. They liked it. You left. You got roped up with new admin, being very busy, and you forgot to follow up. And you see that house is listed by another agent. Does that happen to you? Where it didn't occur to you to follow up at all. And you know, if you just made that call, maybe they would have said yes to you. And while we're on the topic of sellers, have you ever had a buyer and you made the match of a listing? It's another agent's mandate. You've arranged for access at that mandate for your buyer, but your buyer wants to see photographs first. And now you have to send them the link of that agent's listing on their own website or one of the portals saying, this is the house I want to show you. I've already arranged for access. Please don't phone that agent. Please speak to me. And for some reason, they phoned you, you didn't answer. Buyers aren't particularly patient, and they phoned that agent directly and you got excluded from that match that you made. That one happened to me more times than I can count, and it was one of the big reasons, together with this next one. These two big reasons was the things that just made me realize I have to start using a system. The second one was, have you ever driven past a house that you sold to people and they listed it with another agent? Just because you didn't stay in touch, you never wished them happy house anniversary, never wished them happy birthday, they never heard from you again after that sale was concluded. That one was particularly painful for me. Oh, and to end off, I want to ask maybe two more questions. Have you ever been really busy, very busy, like there's not enough hours in the day to get through all the stuff you need to do, but it does not translate to sales? So you're very, very busy, but you don't see the fruits of your labor. You're not sure if you're busy with the right things, if you are focusing on the stuff that's bringing in money, and you don't even know where to start focusing your time on. Is that something that any of you can relate to? And with referrals is that golden nugget. Are any of you still struggling to get referrals? First off, from the people that you sold listings to, their own homes if they want to sell again, as well as friends and family that they know. Have you made it easy for them to refer you, to reach out to you? And have you asked them for referrals so that you can get these amazing phone calls out of the blue telling you, I've got business for you? Anybody can relate to that? I see a lot of yeses in our section over here. And it's out of that frustration that PropCon was born, because I'm married to a super talented programmer, and I couldn't find a system that was easy to use, something that was built for South African agents, that doesn't have all the extra American, Australian bells and whistles, and something that was mobile and easy to use, something that was practical, where it doesn't take up a lot of time and space in my diary. So it was out of those frustrations, those initial ones, that PropCon was born. And then over the years, it's progressed to better workflows and more ways to streamline your business so that you can focus on the income-bearing stuff, where the money lies. Okay. So I'm going to mention some of the ways we are helping you in PropCon to do that. The first one is CRM. Client relationship management. The agent with the most relationships is the one that ends up winning in the end of the day. This business is all about relationships, quality relationships. And how do you build a relationship? You are in touch with someone and you stay in touch with someone. You can't just speak to them once in a blue moon and think it's going to really build a quality relationship that's going to lead to them using your services and referring you. Your only focus should be building relationships. And you do that through birthday messages and house anniversaries, reminders when a mandate expires, follow-up reminders, feedback reminders. And in PropCon, we make it simple for you to keep track of all of these reminders. We do that where every contact in your system has their own calendar, so that when you set reminders and you get an email of that, you've got an agenda and you get an email of all of the reminders for the day. When you get that email, it brings you into the contact or into the listing where you know who they are, can make some notes, and you can contact them through their profile. This example is an example of a shortcut for birthdays. On your dashboard, you'll get this little birthday card, and if you click on the envelope, you will directly email Andrew. If you click here on your phone, it will phone them, and here, WhatsApp. So to set yourself up for something that you're going to do consistently, it needs to be super easy, and that's what we focused on when we built this for me, and then now for all of you. The second one was property matching. Property matching is where the money lies. The more viewings you have, the more sales you're going to have. It's like playing the lotto. The more times you play, the more higher the chance is that you're going to win. But before a physical viewing, you need to introduce a buyer to a listing. You need to either send it to them or they need to see it online. So the matching of a buyer to a listing is the start of every viewing. In PropCon, we help you to create a wish list for every client based on their unique requirements. It's important that you're able to listen to your clients and give them what they are looking for. Or if they're not sure, keep a wish list vague. So we've developed something that is not a one-size-fits-all. It's something that you can manipulate to fit your clients' specific needs. So you only send them things that they want. When you load a wish list for clients, it will match up with listings. This is in your PropCon system. These listings are all on their online profile. Just stick with me here. You're going to see some of these things and it's going to make sense. But basically, your listings are here. This is your system. They get sent to them through a link. What's super important is just sending listings is not enough. It's not going to magically get them to phone you because it depends on how eager they are to view properties and how busy they are. So when you send out listings, you set an auto reminder in PropCon that sends you an email the following day. You go into the client and you see this. You can see how many times your client viewed every unique property. If they viewed your listings and they did not phone you to arrange for a viewing, this is where you proactively give them a call and say, listen, I see there's a few homes that really stand out for you. When and what time would you like to view? So that behind the scenes data is super important so that you can really focus on getting the viewings, as many as you can. Next one is our landing pages. With marketing, it's all about what something looks like. You want to leave people with a good feeling when they engage with your marketing material. And it's also an extension of your brand. What does your marketing material look like? So in PropCon, we help you where every client has a landing page with their name and their specific info on there, and every listing has a landing page. It's created within minutes. It's not something that takes up a lot of your time. It has a really modern look and feel and a lot of extra hidden nuggets on there for them to interact. And it's private, meaning that link that you share with them, their online profile, is not searchable on the web. They can only see that page when you share the link, and the link gets shared through your PropCon system. So especially when you work on another agent's mandate, they say you're welcome to bring buyers through. You can't market it publicly. You import that listing, takes you a minute at the most. It brands it with your info, your company info, your contact info. And that is the photos, that's the link that you share with your clients so that they don't drift off to other agents' websites. This is an example of what a listing landing page looks like with the price, and it will have your branding there at the top. And this is an example of what your buyers and tenants, their landing pages will look like. So it will be made out to them by name. It says, I found the below properties based on your searching criteria. This is the wish list that you've loaded for them, where they can see what you've loaded. But if they want to make changes, they need to contact you. And it matched up with listings. When they click on one of the listings, it opens up the listing. And that is where you can see how many times did they click on each one of them. So you can get that behind the scenes info. And what's awesome about these, I'm just going to hide my camera, it's mobile friendly. Most of your clients are going to view your listings from their phone. So everything in PropCon works incredibly well on your phone. You've got detailed analytics, your views, and there's Google Analytics on all of these pages if you want all of that extra info as well. And an important one is it is POPIA compliant. So everywhere, clients can unsubscribe from receiving any communication, and we've got a detailed POPIA workflow in PropCon that we're not going to focus on today, but we've made it super easy for you to be transparent and to give them the opportunity to opt in where they want to hear from you and very easily opt out. We also mention on those pages that as PropCon, we don't sell or distribute data to third parties. Only you have access to your info. It's kept safely in the cloud with multiple layers of security. So their data is safe when it's in your system. And then the last one, this is not all of them, but I'm just going to focus on these four for today. But the digital business card. This is by far the easiest way to promote your personal brand, to use client testimonials, to tell people how awesome your service is. You add in your own bio. You can add in a video, articles, feature listings, and add in custom buttons for them to easily navigate to a transferring attorney of choice or do a pre-qualification, etc. You can add in your own buttons. This is an example of what it looks like. It's the size of a phone, and if you open it on a computer, as we're going to do now, it opens up the size of a landing page. So it basically goes bigger and smaller depending on the device. It works well on iPads as well. You can easily save and share this, which is the most important thing. And then as well as modern look and feel, detailed analytics, the Google Analytics. You can even see where in the country people clicked on your business card, where they are situated, how long they've spent on your business card. And this is a way that people use to skyrocket their brand, to tell people who you are, instead of making it them guess. When you tell people who you are, what you stand for, what makes you unique, that is the way to market your service. I'm just going to stop the slide presentation here for a sec for this to kind of sink in. Have a look at the chat and see if there is any questions up to this point. With PropCon, we don't have access to contact numbers. So we are not a system that you use to get contact numbers of homeowners. Our platform is used to import all of your contacts and then communicate with them in PropCon, do the property matching. And even if they are not an active buyer, seller, or tenant, they would be a prospect for referrals and staying in touch on birthdays and house anniversaries. There's some shortcuts to get your data in. Biggest one is bulk import, where you can do your own bulk imports using our template. Another one is forwarding your email inquiries from major property portals. You forward that to a special email address and all of that info pulls in for you. And then on your business card, there's a button that says contact me. If somebody clicks on it and fills in the info, that pulls into your system, you get an email of that new lead. Also on a listing page, if you share a new listing on social media, there's a thumbs up where somebody can click on, fill in the info and say, I want to view this house, and you get that info. So you could share this as a brand new listing, have a look at it, a really beautiful house. If you would like to arrange for viewing, hit the thumbs up and put in that emoji, and that is the best way for people to contact you. Fani says, how do we share our digital business cards? Fani, very easy. When you open up your digital business card, there is a share button on there. It's going to show you on my slides again. There's a share button right over here. When you click on it, it's going to give you options, shortcuts to share it on Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. There's also a QR code that will open up on your phone. If somebody takes their phone and scans that, it'll open up your business card. And that QR code is something that you can put on printed flyers to say, if you want to get to know me better, scan here, open camera, scan here. Some people put that on their business cards, where they just have a very simple business card and put that QR code in. Will we have to do updates on the PropCon system? Janine, let me know what type of update you're talking about, but if you have a contact and they are a buyer, but now they are a seller or they're a prospect, you need to change their status. If there is a price change on a listing, you need to change it in PropCon, because your listings are not linked to outside listings. All of these details that you are asking about as well is laid out in our training series. I'm going to show you all where to find that. It's a series of short training videos that are watched in a specific order so that you can crawl before you walk, before you run. And in there, it's a short video you watch, you answer a few questions, you move on to the next one. And every one of them has some type of action component where you get to practice it and practice on yourself. See how easy it is to use, and then move on to the next section. So in those videos, we're going to detail of how to use it. And always, if you get stuck, you've got a WhatsApp helpline and our support email address. I'm going to show you all where to find that as well. Like we sometimes have to update Windows, for example. Oh, no, you don't have to update it. PropCon is a web-based software, so it will always be updated. Basically, we do that in the evenings when most of you are offline. And we are constantly also working on new ideas, doing updates and giving you new tools with training like this to help you how to use that. What address do you use to import the mail? Oh, right. So the address that you send it to is import@propcon.coza. That email inquiry needs to come from your inbox that's linked to your PropCon profile. It pulls in the info, and every hour you get an email to say, these are all the people that was imported in the last hour, and all of them have links to their profiles. Create a wish list, send off the matches. Awesome. So now I'm going to move on to the section about partnerships. And this is also where any questions are welcome. I'm going to share with you what problems a PropCon partnership helps you solve, and then see how it's put together, what you want to know about partnerships, and I will answer them all for you. Partnerships in PropCon is golden. So you can use your system on your own, have your own island with your own contacts and listings and property matching that takes place there. However, if you have a business partner or a colleague from the same company, or even an office, that is truly where you are all going to increase your sales. Because the buyer that is looking through your company is also looking at everybody else in the area. So if you can make more matches in-house, that is where everybody benefits from that. The first thing it helps prevent is the share deals, where you keep your sales in-house using a centralized database. Everybody's on one database and of buyers, and it prevents unnecessarily sharing commission with other companies. So one problem it solves. Second one is a faster turnaround time of selling homes, servicing your buyers, and selling your sole mandates. So you can proactively share new listings with buyers instantly by SMS, email, and WhatsApp to speed up the sales process and the turnaround time. I've got a series about sole mandates where I talk about how I used my database as the hook to convince a homeowner that I've got buyers looking for their house. If you can tap into a bigger pool of buyers, you can show them, you basically have a wish list lookup in PropCon. You put in the area, the price, the bedroom, bath, and garages, and it will show in your system you've got 52 buyers looking for their exact home. You do that on your phone when you're there presenting the valuation. That was the best way for me to get them to trust me with at least just giving me a month if they were reluctant. And when I lower that listing, it goes off to all of my buyers and my colleagues' buyers as well. It gives you that competitive edge. So when you are able to show homeowners that you have a database where it's visual, it's not just promises, it's something they can see. And when you use these competitive edges, it's going to make you stand out from the other people that's also doing valuations. And the same with a buyer. That open mandate that your colleague has, other agencies in the area also has that open mandate. But if that match can happen in-house, you're going to get a portion of commission that you would not have gotten if they bought from another agency. So sharing a centralized database will make you your team market leaders in no time and offers clients something different and unexpected. A one-stop shop. Let me know what you're looking for. I'll send you everything we've got on our books. So that has really, really helped me to get more deals done. And then one of the last ones is your ability to communicate on scale. So you can stay top of mind by easily sharing bulk communication with your database by SMS, email, and WhatsApp. That is especially handy if you are a franchise owner or the principal of an office and you want to send a birthday card, a Christmas card to the whole database, or a holiday card or a newsletter. That's very easy. Or if you are an agent wanting to send something only for your clients, you search your name, it'll only show yours, and you send a bulk message to them. So that ability to communicate on scale is something that a partnership helps you with as well. So we are going to hop over to a live demo. We're going to go right into PropCon, and I'm going to look for any questions that you have about the system, something that you would like to see, and if there's anything about partnerships, understanding how it all gets put together. Ask your questions away and I will show it to you live. While I'm waiting for those questions, I'm going to come and have a look now. I just want to show you where to find your business card, how to share it, all of those things that, that was asked a little bit earlier. This is your PropCon dashboard. Of course, where you can, where all the magic happens. To open up your business card, click on your face top right, and right over there is your digital business card. Very easy. If you haven't created it yet, over at Edit Profile, this is where you create your business card. And one of the training videos in the series shows you exactly how to complete this and then generate a business card from there. Okay. If you are new to PropCon, please have a look at this trophy icon. This is the training series that is lovingly put together for you to help you understand how everything works. When you get here for the first time, this video will show you how it works, what to expect, and what you can win. We've worked in some awesome gifts for you during this fun process. Now, I'm already gold. I've got all of my badges, but if I had none, I would start here with introduction, and then there's a big picture. We explain about the wallet, how payments work. The suite setup shows you how to get PropCon on your phone and how to set a bookmark on your computer, get all of that nicely done. So go through these videos at your own pace because everybody takes their own time. Some people can go through it very quickly, others need a bit more time. And that is why we have the free trial period. So you can get to know the software that we've developed and see, does it resonate with you? If you want to rewatch videos, this is also where you do that. All of these, you can click on them and it will open up the video again for you to rewatch. Okay. The other section not to miss is this help section. It's going to open it up in a new tab. This is our PropCon help section. This is where you can type in a keyword, like you can type in WhatsApp, and you will find every video that has to do with WhatsApp. Sending a bulk WhatsApp to your contact list. Watch this video to see exactly how it works step by step. Sending bulk WhatsApps with a split screen to save time, etc. So you can have a look using a keyword, or you can have a look at the category. So if you want to know more about partnerships, in this partnership section, this is where it shows you how to create a partnership, the steps, and how you get others to join in that partnership. So you watch this video, I think it's about 7 minutes long, and it shows you in detail those steps. The webinars section is where you're going to find a lot of extra training videos, a whole library here that you can look for by topic if you want to learn more. And later I'm going to talk about this, but I might as well show you now. The winning workflows. Guys, this is success recipes laid out in detail. This is Sharon Masson that shows you how she went from sign up to sale in 1 week. So this recipe is laid out here. All of the scripts are in PropCon, and you can just try it on your side and bake the same cake she did and see if you get the same results. These soul mandate strategy videos are so useful, especially part 3, where I talk about proactive marketing. How I was able to sell most of my mandates within the first week, and a lot of them for full asking price. The exact steps I took to do that. So come and have a look at these winning workflows if you want to take it up another notch, or of course, if you need help. And here at the bottom, it says, send an email, chat on WhatsApp if you need to get hold of us. Why would a partner want to share their stock but not their contacts? What's the benefits there? All right, Janine, good question. Just going to stop the screen share for this one quickly. So in PropCon, you've got those 2 options. You can create a partnership and say everybody in this partnership has access to each other's contacts, access to each other's listings, or both. First prize is to have both, because then you are going to get more matches in-house. However, some companies have open selling areas where you can market everywhere, and where agents can list the same listings. It's like a first come, first serve basis. Most of those agents opt for access to each other's listings, but not each other's contacts, because it's usually politics that are involved with that. The best way to navigate that is to work with people that you trust, number 1, and also work where there is hard and fast rules for commission splits. If you want more guidance, send me a message. I've got a Word document of some guidelines that you can use that works really well in companies. The idea of this partnership is that everybody wins. So let's use an example of access to each other's contacts and listings. What will happen first of all is on your contact screen in PropCon, it will show everybody in that partnership, everyone. So if you've got an agent from another agency wanting to bring a buyer through one of your mandates, you can go and search if you don't already have that buyer on your books. So that helps you where you don't have to unnecessarily share commission. If you've got a listing, your listing page has everybody in the office's listings in there. So when you load a buyer and you load a wish list, it'll match up with all the listings in-house, everything that your colleagues also have. And based on your rules that you set out within that partnership, if your buyer buys one of the listings, you share commission. One obvious question is, what happens if we both work on the same listing or both work on the same contact? A rule works well that whoever lists that listing or that contact within the last 24 hours owns that listing and contact. If that buyer inquired at 2 agents or 3 on the same day, you have one buyer but you can add other agents to that buyer. Okay, anybody that you have in a partnership, you can add them. I'll show you how that works. The same on a listing. You can add more agents to a listing. And on those landing pages, all of your contact info will show at the bottom. What happens if I have stock but no matching clients, but my partner has a contact match? Who gets the match? The one who listed it or the one with the matching client? So also a good question, Jenny. If you have, so you said you have stock but no, you've got the listing but you don't have the client. So when you go to a listing, it'll show you, it'll match up with everybody's contacts that are in that partnership. The matching takes place if those buyers want to view. We usually work the same way we would with other estate agents from other companies. Once my buyer wants to view my colleague's listing, I ask them, listen, my buyer wants to view this house of yours. Are you happy with the 50-50 split? Or if it's a brand new mandate, maybe your rules in-house says if the mandate is within its first month, then only a 20% referral commission will be paid. Now, with these commissions and sharing, I know it's not everybody's cup of tea because it's only painful if you are the one having to give away a portion of your commission. But trust me, you're also going to be the one that gains a portion that you did not bargain on. So it's a give and take scenario when you work in a partnership. Your goal needs to be, I want to sell properties quicker. I want to service my buyers better. I want more sold boards so that we can get more phone calls and more listings in the interim. So if you have a bigger picture view and you want to just capitalize on pooling your data together, that is what partnerships helps you with. So before I move on, I want to show you around some of the questions that was raised and just show you how it works practically. Felice and I are in a partnership. So when we go to our contacts, all of our contacts are pulled together. Leandra and Felice. So all of them are pulled together. This search bar is a little bit more to the right, but you can drag and drop and move it up. You can change the layout of your landing page. I can then look up Felice to see all of her contacts. If I open up one of her contacts, and I make any changes on this contact, everything that happens to this person gets kept in logs right over here under view. So we have incredible layers of transparency in PropCon, so that whatever you do, it's going to tell you who did it, what was done, and there's a date, and you can't delete these logs. If, however, I do something that I should not be doing and I end up deleting this contact, Felice will get a notification and an email letting her know that I've deleted her contact. So don't do stuff you shouldn't. Let's just take, don't lie. Okay. Let's pretend we share this contact. I click here on plus and I add my name. She will get a notification that this took place. Let me show you that. The switching is only for me. This is if you don't pay your own monthly fee, the person who pays your monthly fee can switch into your profile. So nobody is able to switch into their colleagues' profiles unless you pay for their systems. I'm in Felice's system now. She got this bell notification. It says added as a contact agent. Leandre was added as an agent on this contact. And if she clicks here, it will open up Dennis. So everything that takes place is listed in detail under your notifications. See if it's going to pick it up without my E. There we go. I can click on bulk and I say WhatsApp, and it's going to open up WhatsApp so I can send one to everybody that belongs to me and that are opted in. So that is how it works. There's scripts that you can use, a lot of awesome scripts. You choose your script, it adds it in the box, you send a test to yourself, and then you end up sending it to every client, and it makes it out to them by name. Listings the same. All of your listings will show. This listing belongs to both me and Felice. This one to me. So at a glance, you can see who's the owners. And if you need to search, you can choose a grid view, and you've got the same view as I did with my contacts. And this is where you can scroll to the section where it says agents, and you can search for your name, and it will only show your own listings. There we go. And of course, move this if you want to bring it up closer. In the contact section of the website, is there a way to see the exact date of registry of property for specific clients? If not, can a system be added to present such a column in said section? Shirley, when it comes to house anniversaries, that's your registration dates for properties, there is you set a house anniversary either on a client or on a listing. If it's your database of clients, of contacts, and it's not homes that's in your system, it's a client, this is how you add a house anniversary. So I'm going to show you when you hop in. Under calendar, then house anniversary, and you choose a date and save. You can add in additional info if you'd like as well. So on the morning of the 28th, I will get this reminder where I can phone Alicia and say, happy house anniversary for your house in 12 Ibis Street. Do you know you've been living in it for a year? Would you like an updated valuation, etc.? So it's right over there. And when you do a bulk import of your contacts, there is a column for house anniversaries and there's a column for birthdays where it automatically loads it onto their calendars for you. The same house anniversaries on a listing as well. Same look for that. Okay, I'm just going to see more questions. I work with another agent. Can we sync all our data and profile? So Nadine, that's what you do. When you have a partnership with another agent, that is where all of your contacts and all of your listings will be pulled together on the same screens. So the best recipe that works for servicing clients, and it is out of years of practice, a new buyer lands on your table. You create a wish list for them. You send them their link with all their listings. You follow up, arrange viewings, show them everything there is. If they do not buy any of those homes, you tell them, no worries, if I find new listings, you will get all of them one by one. Tomorrow you list a new home into PropCon. You go to the listings matches, it'll give you a list of all your contacts and you send a message from there. That message will say, new release in Fair London for 2.5 million, here's the link. So in essence, your buyer gets their first message with all of their listings. Thereafter, they get single links of new homes as they come onto the market. And if you are in a partnership, the contacts that get the listings, your own contacts will get them and your colleagues, whoever you're in a partnership with. And trust me, you will be surprised to see how much quicker you are able to service these buyers. If a contact is no longer a buyer, but you want to keep in touch with them, do you then just delete his wish list? Yes, Fani, that's exactly what you do. So the workflow for that is, let me just look for a buyer in my system. You delete his wish list and you change his status. So Carmen is one of my buyers. Under wish list, when you click on it, delete. That's how quick it is. And then under info, she's now just a homeowner of a new house, save. Now this pop-up is because it's my test system, but it says there's another person with the same contact details already loaded. Do you want to update this contact? If I say yes, it will continue, help me to proceed, but especially when you are in a partnership, if you try and add in a person's, that a fellow colleague already has in the system, it will give you this pop-up. Then you say, no, you do not want to create this person a second time. You search for that person by name or telephone number, and you will see, oh, my colleague already has this buyer on their books. So that is how it picks up those duplicates. So now, finally, when you load them, of course, load a house anniversary for that house that they just bought, or if the house that they just bought is still in the registration process, use this to set a reminder for yourself for the end of May, and you say, look up registration date for 3 Apple Street. So then you get this reminder that you can use Lightstone, CMO Info, one of those systems if you did not sell it yourself, and put in the actual registration date. You just come and update it. The idea of this is so important that you never delete a contact from your system. Even if they did not buy from you, you are the agent in the area. So get their permission that you can still send them relevant, interesting info, update their details, and because you've got access to their ID numbers there, add in their ID number for a birthday. You add in the ID number, click on the birthday cake, boom, it's there. So that you can start cultivating a relationship with this person with the hopes that when they want to sell, they remember you, and when somebody else wants to sell, they refer you. I work together with another agent. Can we have one profile for both of us and sync all our data? Only now I understand your question. With PropCon profiles, there's space for only one telephone number, one email address. So yes, you can have one profile. You add in a photograph of both of you, maybe back to back, and you choose whose telephone number and email address you're going to use. However, if you both use your own contact details, where it's not that type of 50-50 partnership, then you're going to need two profiles with a partnership to link up your data. Okay. To add to my previous question, with house anniversaries, do we have the year of the registration date? The problem I'm sitting with is that I want to know exactly how long the client has owned the property. You can choose an exact year from the calendar, or have a note for yourself. I know with birthdays, it'll tell you their age if you've got a year in there as well. I will double check for you, Shirley, if we pick up the amount of years. Let me just see if I go to PropCon. Let's see under calendar. I know if you use this baby, you go for years, the 2 arrows. So you can choose this date. It will bring it up for you as on the 31st, you'll get that reminder. And you can then see what was the year for their house anniversary. This address field also, you can put in the address that they bought, and the year was 1995. Also an option for you. There is a cool script that I want to show you while I'm here, Shirley. If I want to send Carmen a happy house anniversary message, I click on WhatsApp and I say I want to do it through PropCon, because with PropCon you've got the scripts. Open up scripts. Look for one at the bottom that says, let me see, there's house anniversary, happy house anniversary. There's a few options. I know one of them, there we go. The first one says, happy house anniversary. Do you remember that your home registered on your name exactly? And then you can put in 6 years ago. Take some time today to reflect back on all the special memory you've made in your lovely home. As a special gift, I've emailed you a copy of property sales. So you can either keep it as is, or if that's not something that you want to promise them, you just remove that. And you can load your own scripts as well. Create my own script. So these scripts are all tried and tested. A lot of handy ones for birthday. There is a happy birthday one, sharing an article, asking for referral, and then buyer and seller workflows to make it super easy. The cool thing with sending this, it's going to open my WhatsApp. I'm going to do that quickly so I can show you this. When you send a message to a client through your PropCon system, it tags it on their timeline. So you can see what took place on this person, especially all of you that work with multiple people. There was a WhatsApp sent and this was what was sent. So it goes right from the bottom. When I created this person, then I did this, then I did that, all in detail. I had a physical viewing. All of those videos explains to you how this works, but especially when you haven't spoken to your clients in a while, you can see, oh, and you connect the dots and you ask them something personal, like how their dog is doing or something that makes them feel as though you really remembered them. Those are the best ways to show that you care. If you have loaded a calendar appointment and you can't remember for when it was, how do you search for which date it was? As you can only see the current month and not want to go through every month to search. So there's two ways. On calendar entries, especially when you link it to a contact, under calendar, if you go to agenda, it will show you every calendar entry set on this person. The same on every listing. So that's where you look for that. And the calendar badge will show you all of these little hidden tricks. Look, there's many things that I won't be able to show you in this demo because then I'm going to keep you here for hours and you're most likely going to leave here like feeling a little bit defeated. But it is so handy to watch these videos and see. For example, you've got detailed searching and sorting options. If you are really wanting to hone into specifics, or you want to, there's some extra bits and bobs that we show you that's hidden because we want to keep things simple and make it easy to use, especially on your phone. But when you want to go into detail, you should be able to do that. Awesome, Winnie. Okay, so I'm going to finish up with some last slides, just a quick recap so you can all feel like, okay, makes sense. The last one is the winning workflows. Go and have a look at this winning workflow of Sharon Mattison. That's going to help you really close more of your buyers that's already on your books. Step 1, bulk import your contacts or go into your email history, forward those email inquiries to PropCon. Step 2, send that bulk WhatsApp. There's a script in that video. And step 3, sit tight because you are going to get a lot of people wanting to view properties, wanting to make some changes, engagement, communication. And then the other winning workflows are about other topics, and I constantly add new things there. To recap, please use technology for better systems and more consistency, because then you're going to see that in your sales. 2, focus on building quality relationships with your clients. That is the key. That is what the top producing agents do. They've got quality relationships with numerous people. And the only way you can do that is when you use technology to be able to keep track of all those moving parts. Use reminders, use scripts to save time. Get a competitive edge and make sure it is visual so you can show it to people that your marketing material is beautiful, and use partnerships to tap into more buyers and impress more sellers. And the last one, expect the discomfort. It is hard to learn something new. It is uncomfortable. We don't want to learn something new, but it's in that discomfort that you are growing and learning. And when you do new things, you're going to see new results. So with that in mind, I want to thank you for your time. I'm going to have a look and see if there's any final questions. If you are still here online while I'm waiting for final questions, I'm going to copy my business card for you in that chat section so you can look it up. If you are watching this recording, I will link it below. Click on that, it will open up in a new tab, and go and look at some of the ideas that's on there for you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel where I load regular videos on there. Look at our help section that we also keep on helping you stay at the forefront, helping you with new stuff. I hope all of you found this really useful. It was a pleasure putting all of this together. I love what I do. I was an agent for 10 years to learn all of these things, to teach it to you and to help you with practical systems and ideas and ways on how to use that. So in PropCon, use the free videos to get to know your system. Start using and implementing it. And if you want to take it up another notch, you can book a one-to-one strategic marketing session with me, where we're going to detail of your target market or your goals. We work out specific scripts. Yesterday, I helped an agent with valuations. So it depends on your needs, but if you want more in-depth help, especially when it comes to PropCon, marrying that information with a practical tool, then I'm your girl for that. Wishing you all a wonderful day further. Bye.